Hi everyone, happy Friday. Welcome to another Tea with EC. I'm going to read another fairy tale today from the Adventurous Princess, my book of traditional fairy tales reimagined and retold with a feminist twist. And today's fairy tale is one that I'm sure you're all familiar with from the Disney version, if not the original Hans Christian Andersen version, The Little Mermaid. Now, the original Andersen version, quite different to the Disney version. Did you know that the Little Mermaid, her feet hurt so much from the transformation from tail to feet that she leaves blood behind her in every step? The prince doesn't really notice or care. He takes her hiking up mountains, and she doesn't, sleep in a place of honor. She sleeps outside his door on the floor because that's kind of the way he treats her in that fairy tale. So I thought it needed a rewrite. Here's my version. Once there was a little mermaid who lived in a great palace on the ocean floor. In her kingdom, the fishes were her companions, her garden overflowed with colourful sea grasses that swayed in the currents, and her family loved her. But the little mermaid was unhappy. All her life she had dreamed of seeing the world above the ocean, and on her 15th birthday she had finally been allowed to visit. That very day she had fallen in love with a handsome prince on board a ship, and saved his life when a terrible storm broke the ship apart. The little mermaid pined for the prince. She no longer found enjoyment in singing with her sisters, though her voice was the most lovely of all, or in swimming with the dolphins and fishes. All day and all night she imagined going to the land and finding the prince. She dreamed of hearing about his world and telling him about hers. Finally, when she could bear the longing no longer, the little mermaid visited an old sea witch who lived in the wild ocean forest near the palace. "I know what you want," said the sea witch as she approached. "You want to be with your prince." "Oh yes," replied the little mermaid. "You want to give up your beautiful tail for 2 legs and walk on the land as he does." "I suppose, yes," said the little mermaid. "Very well," said the sea witch. "But magic is not without its price. When your tail turns into legs, you will feel great pain, and every step you take on your new feet will be agony, as though standing on sharp knives." I can do it," trembled the little mermaid. "You will never be able to return to the ocean," said the sea witch. "Never see your family again." The little mermaid was silent. "And what's more," said the sea witch, "you must give up your beautiful voice in order for the spell to work." "My voice?" cried the little mermaid. "But how shall I talk to him? How shall I get to know him, and how will he get to know me?" "Not my problem," said the sea witch. "You've got expressive eyes. Use them. Likely he'll tell you all about himself. And do you really mind if he doesn't know anything about you?" "Well, yes," said the little mermaid. "Actually, I do. And actually, I like talking." The little mermaid looked down at her tail. "And actually, I like my tail." And with a big swoosh, she was off, out of the sea witch's house as fast as she could swim. The sea witch laughed and dusted her hands together. "That's my good deed for the day," she told the little fishes swimming around her. "Change her whole self to try to make someone love her. Well, I never." And with a quiet chuckle, she went back to tending her garden. Thanks everyone. I'll see you next week for more fairy tales. Bye.